a vengeful spirit. Everyone who sees the deceased athlete in their dreams dies. Don't miss out. What terrifying secret lies buried beneath the home of the woman's brother? Welcome to Psychic Investigations, a channel of true and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate complex criminal cases and mysterious paranormal anomalies. This small house belongs to an ordinary family of the Yushchenkos. Kirilo, the father, his wife Tetiana, and their children, 9-month-old Kostya and 5-year-old Karina. Kirilo works as a security guard, while Tetiana is a homemaker. Although everything in their lives appeared normal, the family had recently been overcome with intense fear.
There's been more than one threat to my wife's life.
It all started 6 years ago. One morning, Tetiana woke up feeling unwell. Her temperature had soared to 40 degrees Celsius, so she called a doctor. He came and reduced the fever, but couldn't explain its cause.
It was a shock to me.
Soon after, Tetiana became pregnant. But just 1 month into her pregnancy, she was hospitalized due to excruciating abdominal pain.
Everyone was worried. It was truly awful.
Doctors had no explanation for what was happening. Tetiana's tests were all normal. She was sent home, but soon the painful episodes recurred about 10 times.
Like a wheel turning one after another.
Thankfully, the birth went smoothly, and the baby was born healthy. But danger continued to loom over Tetiana. One night, she suddenly got out of bed and, sleepwalking, leaned out of the window.
She was asleep, her eyes closed, but she was walking.
By morning, Tetiana remembered nothing. Kirilo was shaken, thinking that had he not stopped her, she might have walked straight outside. And beyond their home, there's either a busy highway just 100 meters away, or a swamp that could have swallowed her.
I'm afraid we could lose Mom. I love my mom. I'm scared something will happen to her.
Kirilo shares his daughter's fear because every time Tetiana is in danger, he has dreams of his deceased sister, Natalia. She passed away 10 years ago at the age of 27 due to a sudden stroke. Kirilo struggled deeply with her loss.
It was a shock for me, a void in my soul.
2 years after Natalia's death, Kirilo met Tetiana. Life seemed to be improving, but now he fears his beloved wife could die too.
Every time I see my late sister in my dreams, something bad happens to my wife.
I need the psychics to come. When they come, they will protect my mom.
Psychics Jana Shulakova and Zaman Sipatayev will attempt to uncover the truth behind this haunting mystery.
I see the eyes of a predator watching its prey, then a leap. It attacks and tears it apart. There's a sea of blood. I see the image of a tree, but it's strange. It resembles a gravestone.
I had a vision of a small yard, a house and children playing. There were 3 of them. Then one of the little ones walked up to me, took my hand, and I saw a horrifying picture. These children seem to be asleep. They're wrapped in sheets, placed into a pit and covered with soil. Their parents are the ones doing this. The horror made me shudder. Hello?
Hello, I've been waiting for you.
Can we go inside?
Yes, of course.
Oh, what a smile. Oh, great, look what I have for you.
Kirillo's daughter was also eagerly awaiting the psychic's arrival.
Something feels very off here. Kirillo recently received a clear sign regarding his wife.
Kirillo explained that just 2 weeks before the psychics arrived, he had another dream of his sister. The next morning, his wife fell ill again.
The doctors had to take me from home with a fever of 40.
But why do Kirillo's dreams about his deceased sister always foreshadow misfortune?
A condition where your head feels like it's splitting apart. An unbearable pain.
My sister suffered a brain hemorrhage.
According to forensic medical reports, the cause of death was a stroke.
Natalia lived apart from her brother with her partner. One day, she suddenly felt unwell and called an ambulance.
Then at the hospital, the brain hemorrhage occurred. Instant death.
Kirillo learned about his sister's hospitalization from her fiancé. He rushed to see her, but was too late.
I didn't notice anyone around me. It was a huge shock.
She was highly disciplined in sports and had a strong will.
Her life was all about sports.
Natalia did biathlon, a winter Olympic sport combining cross-country skiing with rifle shooting.
She was a silver medalist at the European Championships and won many competitions. She had many trophies. Most of them were for the first place.
5 years before her death, Natalia became a biathlon coach.
It was her sport that ultimately led to her demise. Her health problems had started in her youth, from the moment she entered the sport.
As it turned out, Natalia Yushchenko had complained of general weakness and dizziness ever since she started biathlon.
She often had headaches.
These symptoms are common among young athletes who train excessively, don't get enough rest, and lack essential vitamins and minerals.
It was unbearably hard for Kirillo to deal with his sister's death.
I always looked up to her. We lived near each other and spoke often.
The grief was so overwhelming that at one point, Kirillo even contemplated suicide.
I revved up my motorcycle, and then it suddenly stalled. I had to push it home, but the next day, it started as if nothing had happened. A paradox.
Kirillo is sure that his sister's spirit prevented him from dying that day.
Maybe she was the one who stopped me.
It has been almost 10 years since Natalia's death. Why does she now appear in Kirillo's dreams? Only for something bad to happen to his wife afterward.
Your sister comes to you in dreams to shield you from something.
Kirillo's sister, Natalia, did not die just like that. Some otherworldly force took her. But what's most terrifying is that this same force is now trying to take Kirillo's wife. This is precisely what Natalia is trying to warn her brother about. At that moment, I heard ringing laughter. Children were playing outside. It was the same laughter I'd heard in my dream. It's a sign. I suggest we go outside.
Did you see that?
Yes, children.
Who are the psychics seeing? What children are they talking about?
Let's go over there. They're literally running away.
But who are those children? Why were they in the yard? And what is truly happening to Kirillo's wife?
Suddenly, I had an image. A fair-haired, very delicate young woman. Nighttime. She's asleep in her bed. Then, as if startled by a nightmare, she suddenly sits up in terror. That's when I realized. Just like Kirillo, she saw Natalia in her dream.
As it turns out, Kirillo's sister had a close friend, Olena.
They were very good friends, very close.
A few months after Natalia's death, she began appearing to her in her dreams, and soon Olena was stabbed to death.
When Olena was murdered, it was another devastating shock.
This is horrifying. Could Kirillo's wife suffer the same dreadful fate?
If Kirillo's sister also appeared to Olena in her dreams, then we need to go to her home. There, we might understand what she was trying to communicate.
Kirillo knows where Olena's family lives, so the psychics now head there.
I heard a woman weeping, but it wasn't Natalia or Olena's spirit. It was coming from another woman. I realized it was the mother of the murdered woman. Hello.
This is Lyudmila Borovi. She is 55 years old, and she's an ordinary housewife. Olena was her only daughter, a stunning beauty, a dedicated athlete, and a two-time World Biathlon Championship medalist.
She was a bronze medalist at the World and European Championships.
In her final years, Olena worked as a coach at a youth sports school.
My dear baby, my little flower, your mommy can't stop crying. Where is my beloved child?
Olena Demidenko neighbor found her body on her way to work around 6 a.m. She immediately called the police.
The police came and said, your daughter has been murdered. She was lying outside at the entrance.
Olena Demidenko's death was caused by multiple stab wounds to the chest.
I saw the eyes of a predator again. It felt like I was in a beast's lair where it had torn apart its prey.
The murder weapon was not found at the crime scene. Moreover, all the money and valuables from her home were missing.
Just a day before the tragedy, on June 17th, Olena had celebrated her 28th birthday.
The last guests left Olena Demidenko's home around midnight. She stayed with her boyfriend. By morning, she was found dead, and the man had disappeared without a trace.
Olena had started dating the man just 2 months before her death. They quickly decided to live together.
I had a vision. After committing the murder, the man packed his belongings and fled.
The police are almost certain that Olena Demidenko was killed by her partner, who had prior convictions, including for murder.
According to Olena's mother, neither the family nor Olena herself knew about her boyfriend's criminal past.
She didn't know anything about him. He never showed any signs, at least.
But how is Olena's death connected to what's happening to Kirillo's wife? Why is she constantly in danger?
She dreamt about her own death.
She told me, Mom, I will die soon. She dreamt of it and called for me.
Who did she see?
Natalia Yushchenko.
The signs Olena received indicated that she was being pursued by some otherworldly force.
The psychics arrived at the site where Olena Demidenko's mutilated body was found. She had bought this house 2 years before her death.
She lay here like this.
Near the victim's body, a pepper spray canister was found. It seems Olena tried to fight back against her attacker. The suspect in Olena Demidenko's murder was detained. He was taken into custody, and the investigation is currently underway.
At that moment, I had a vision of a man brutally stabbing and murdering people. I thought I was seeing Olena's killer, but then I realized it was someone else. Even more disturbingly, he was a relative of the victim.
What does this mean? Could one of Olena's relatives be the murderer?
Natalia's spirit appeared beside me. She took my hand and led me inside the house. I'm going to ask something strange, but I see a man. He is a murderer.
He's holding a knife and his hands are bloody.
Olena's great-grandfather. He was a terrifying bandit. After the revolution, they robbed and killed people on the roads.
The man who viciously slaughtered women and children He is a relative of the murdered Olena. He killed people just as brutally as she was killed.
My little girl.
It turns out that Lyudmila had always feared that she would have to pay for the sins of her husband's ancestor with her own child's life.
When I got married, people approached my grandmother and said, "Why are you giving your granddaughter to this cursed family?"
Natalia knew about this, which is why she appeared in Olena's dreams, trying to warn her. Stop blaming yourself, stop it. You are not at fault here.
But why, then, did Natalia's spirit lead the psychics to this woman's family?
There were supposed to be 3 of them, 3 friends. 2 are dead and 1 remains. The 3rd woman.
She's in danger, do you understand it?
And she's involved in the same sport as Natalia.
It's Anna Krivonos. She's also a biathlete. I recently spoke to her mother and she said, "I saw Natalia and Olena in a dream and told me not to worry, as they would all be together soon."
Now the 2 of them are warning that Anna must watch out.
We will do everything possible to protect her and keep her safe.
So, did Natalia's spirit lead the psychics to Olena's mother to save the life of another of her friends? But why does death still linger over Kirylo's wife?
We decided to return to Kirylo's home.
Thank you. Wishing you all the best. Be blessed. Thanks for coming.
By the time the psychics arrived at Kirylo's house, night had fallen.
Many spirits need to leave this place. The dead are bound to it.
It turns out that the house where Kirylo's family now lives was built by his grandparents. Most of the family lived there. Over time, many of them passed away.
My uncle died at 35. He injured his legs with log and developed gangrene. Then another uncle died. He fell from a ladder.
Everyone who lives in this house is eventually taken by the same force. It once took Natalia, and now it's threatening Tatiana's life.
There is definitely some force here.
I have this sense that there are always many children playing in the yard, enjoying themselves. Have you noticed, for example, if you leave toys outside at night, do they disappear or move to a different spot?
No, not really.
Once again, the psychics are seeing children. But who are they?
Kirylo and Tatiana's daughter also senses an unseen presence in the house. Those children play with her, and this is very dangerous because these games could lead to death.
Incredibly, 5-year-old Karina says she often sees bats in her room. She is convinced they want to take her mother away.
I see bats often. They play with my toys. If these bats take my mom, I will cry.
The 3 ghosts, boys, are ready to communicate. They constantly watch from around the corner. Zaman, where do we go? Is this viburnum? It's considered a conduit between the worlds of the living and the dead. It grows on the property.
I went to close the chicken coop, but there was no viburnum.
Incredibly, then where did this viburnum come from in the yard?
I see the phantoms of those children and their hands are red.
They seem to be playing with the viburnum. They're the same kids I saw in my dreams. But what terrified me most was the fact that their parents buried them while they were still asleep. How can a cemetery exist on the grounds of one's own home?
These spirits, they are sealed here.
They're trapped. The children were buried without a proper ceremony, without any rites. Now, they're stuck between the worlds of the living and the dead. They select people from their surroundings whom they like the most, and they try to take them away just to play. That's why death has visited Kirylo's home so frequently.
It turns out that over 50 years ago, Kirylo's uncle buried his twin children here. And a year later, another young boy.
They're buried under the apple tree. I know they weren't allowed to be buried in a cemetery.
Most likely they died from sudden infant death syndrome. That's why they seem to be sleeping.
It's unbelievable. Does it mean that every family member in this house is in mortal danger because of the unrest of the little souls? And that's why Tetiana and possibly her daughter could die anytime?
Zaman and I decided to use fire to help the kids' souls leave the place where they have been trapped for so many years. Fire will open a portal through which their spirits will finally move on and never again trouble Kirylo's family.
A vengeful ghost is attacking children and adults. In an effort to save people's lives, psychics will find themselves in mortal danger. Don't miss one of the most dangerous investigations. Tetiana Nikitiuk is 23 years old, and she is terrified of losing her 2-year-old son, Makar. The toddler is facing a serious threat.
He sleeps poorly at night. Lately, he's been screaming in his sleep. It's scary.
And the things are getting worse day by day. Objects are falling on the boy almost daily. Once, a large basin of boiling water even fell on him.
He burned his arm badly.
And the next day, the boy nearly ended up under a car's wheels. His mother barely grabbed him in time. Moreover, Makar seems to be talking to someone even when he's alone.
He saw somebody. Naturally, I was deeply shocked.
The psychics are Tetiana's last hope to save her son. The inherited psychic Olena Kurylova has taken on the case. Before the investigation, she worked with the boy's photo and shared what she sensed.
I see a horrifying scene. A woman cries holding her baby. Suddenly, a man appears out of nowhere. He snatches the baby from her arms and takes it away. Then the mother is forced to her knees and a flash like a blade cuts through the air. The woman is murdered.
This is horrific. Is the danger threatening not only the toddler but also Tetiana herself? Olena Kurylova immediately sets out to investigate, assisted by her colleague, medium Anna Galiers. As it turned out, she had a terrifying dream.
I saw a strange building. It was dark. I tried to find my way out. I ran, but the doors closed in front of me. And then there was a flash. I saw children and men. They were all dead. Women wept over their bodies. Those people seemed trapped in the building. And I saw a boy. He's also in there. He was alive for now, but in mortal danger.
The psychics meet in the town where Tetiana lives. She's eagerly awaiting the arrival of the psychics. Her husband is a contractor doing house renovations and is currently working abroad. So Tetiana and her son are alone at home.
Hello.
Hello. Come in, please.
You look at this boy.
Hello.
Makar, come over here. Something's hunting your son.
I see water. Tetiana, do you sense any threat related to water?
Makar began to be afraid of water. He used to love it, but now he's scared to bathe.
You lost someone in your family. Your brother?
Last year, Tetiana really lost her brother, Ihor. On the day of his death, he was meeting with friends, and then he mysteriously disappeared without a trace. 2 weeks later, a local fisherman accidentally snagged the drowned man's jacket with his spinning rod in the river. Water was found in Ihor's lungs. The police ruled it an accident. Her brother's death was a devastating blow to Tetiana, and she is convinced that his spirit is always near.
I sense him walking around the yard now.
Something seems to be calling Makar. It could even be your brother. As soon as I tuned in to Tetiana's brother, I felt a connection to water. Could the river where Ihor died be linked to what was happening to Makar? And why did the uncle want to take his nephew? We decided to seek answers at the site of Ihor's death.
Makar is tired and sleepy. Tetiana asks her neighbor to look after him.
Ihor's spirit doesn't want to take Makar. On the contrary, he's trying to protect the boy from a certain force. An evil force took your brother to the afterlife. The same one that's hunting your little boy now.
What could it mean? Meanwhile, a crowd gathers around the psychics.
And then spirits of children and men started surrounding us.
Dead children. A boat and 3 boys here. The fall from the boat.
The boys from the neighboring village. Yes, it really happened.
It turned out that 3 schoolboys decided to go fishing. Their boat overturned, and they all drowned. And the following year, another tragedy occurred.
4 young boys went out on the river in boats. They all drowned.
And 2 more boys also drowned here.
It happened last year. 2 brothers from the neighboring village came to the river, and another tragedy occurred.
One of them started to drown. The other one tried to save him, but they both drowned.
The same force that's hunting Makar took them.
But the boy has never been to this river. Why, then, is the unknown evil force, which has already taken so many lives, hunting him?
The spirits that haven't found peace, I see them right there.
There's a beach on the side of the Ikva River where the psychic is now heading. Unfortunately, this is where tragedies occur most often.
The souls are shouting at me, go to the old house.
Over there. I sense your brother's spirit. He's here and he's showing the way.
Over here. This is the building.
It's unbelievable. The psychics arrive at the former Count Kodkevich estate. Its construction began in the 18th century, but was never completed. Now, it's a local history museum.
I feel like we are expected here.
Katerina is the director of the museum. She has heard rumors about the psychics' arrival, and she's waiting to meet them.
I hope you could help us.
Do you feel a threat to your life? Few of the employees here are happy.
The woman assures that the building where they work ruins the lives of all the employees.
Many of their lives have turned out badly, and it's always been like this. Illnesses, deaths, and so on.
Several of the museum employees have lost their husbands, and their children, just like little Makar, seem to see some apparition and are constantly in danger.
Whenever someone young comes to work here, we always say, run away from here. You don't need this trouble.
Everyone connected to the museum is under the threat of death. And the river we were at also belongs to the estate's property.
Indeed, the Ikva River runs through the territory of the former Kodkevich estate.
Only young men and children were at risk. I didn't even imagine what kind of force from the other world was taking and pulling them into the realm of the dead.
It's someone's spirit. I see an image of a man now. He's wearing strange clothes, unlike anyone else's. I want to go through these doors.
Please come in.
It's him.
This is the portrait of Jan Mikola Kodkevich. a well-known statesman and political figure of the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. He once owned all the surrounding lands. Could his spirit be the cause of so many tragedies?
Look quick.
It really fell.
You see, it's swaying on its own.
The man's spirit is here. You also feel the presence of something supernatural in this room.
The light turned off on its own. I went down to the basement to check the switch, and when I came back, it turned itself back on.
The man says he's repeatedly sensed someone's presence in the museum.
I heard footsteps.
You are watching a unique footage. The security guard filmed it with his phone after hearing footsteps in the basement.
The owner of this estate is grieving. He's mourning his own children.
Prince Chodkiewicz indeed buried his 3 children and grieved for them terribly.
I had a vision of a cruel, bloody battle, and this Chodkiewicz, he was killing people.
The historical records confirm that Jan Mikola Chodkiewicz participated in the 7 Years' War on the side of France.
This man's soul still suffers because he had to kill. It's his sin that caused the death of his children. But it's not him who's threatening your son.
The spirit of the man showed me a book. He whispered, "Find out who did this." Another spirit. Who is this?
As you can see, it's a crack. A woman-shaped crack.
Look, here's a chin and a nose, and a cloud of hair around her head.
Indeed, the crack on the wall resembles a female silhouette. The museum staff say it appeared here about 30 years ago. After the crack appeared on the wall, the misfortunes began to befall the families of the museum employees. What does this all mean?
The locals even claim they saw a woman with a candle walking up the stairs in the windows and heard the sound of shoes with high heels on the stairs.
The woman was trying to break into this world, but she didn't come for no reason. Someone disturbed her spirit and she sought revenge.
What woman does the psychic mean? Who is she, and why is she seeking revenge?
She's here now.
Tatiana, the woman's spirit is here for you and your son.
Anna, pick her up, hurry.
Everyone is seriously scared.
To the couch. Bring water.
Let's get her outside.
The woman's spirit. She tried to get rid of me so I wouldn't prevent her from taking your son.
What's Makar doing? Playing now? That's good.
Anna, come on. We've got to go.
The psychic spent in the van about an hour.
I've never dealt with anything like that.
How are you feeling?
I'm better. Now the most important thing is to save human lives and your son's life. I see something like a book and it's in a woman's hands. Who is she? Wait, I need a picture. This woman, it's her. Who is this?
She's alive.
Whose portrait is this?
Her husband painted her. He's an artist.
20 years ago, the museum underwent restoration. It was carried out by artists from Lviv. One of them fell in love with a museum employee and painted her portrait.
But can we find her?
Yes, we can.
15 minutes later, the psychics arrive at the destination.
Let's go.
Hello, I'm Olena Kirilova, and this is Anna Galliers.
I'm Valentina. How can I help?
Is that your portrait at the museum?
Yes. I met my husband at the museum. He worked in the art section, and he painted me. That's how fate brought us together. I married him and moved to Lviv, leaving the museum behind.
Give me your hand. I immediately saw the vision of the small book that the spirits showed me at the museum.
Valentina, I see you in the museum. You're sitting at a table with a girl, and it looks like you're reciting a spell. Did this happen?
Yes.
One day, Valentina and her friend Oksana stayed late at work. By chance, they came across a book on a shelf among several others, and it turned out to be a book of magic.
We took that book and summoned the spirits of the dead.
Valentina explains that they summoned the spirits of the castle's former residents, the Kotkevich family. Immediately after reading the incantation, they heard strange sounds, as if someone was walking there. However, no one else was in the museum. Valentina went to another room to check who it could be.
When I entered, I felt a chill down my spine because I saw a beautiful, noble lady.
The women didn't believe their eyes. There was a ghost in front of them. Valentina and her friend were shocked, as they had only recited the incantation for fun.
I said we'd probably done something wrong.
What you did was open a portal.
We were just having fun.
As you can see, playing with magic can have dire consequences. You summoned the spirit that is now killing men and children.
Playing with magic also had devastating consequences for Valentina. Her 20-year-old brother died mysteriously and unexpectedly, and she still doesn't like to discuss it. But who is the woman whose spirit they disturbed? And how can she be appeased now to stop the killings? It's already nightfall. The psychics conclude their investigation for now, planning to return here the next day. The following day, they head back to the museum.
I hear the rustling of a skirt and feel the smell of lavender.
It's the woman's spirit again. She wants us to go down to the basement.
I sense a corridor underground. Over there.
There were many underground passages here.
She's leading this way.
It feels like we're in a crypt and there's a moan. Misha, be careful. Something pushed him. Misha, who pushed you?
What's going on? Our sound engineer falls out of a sudden.
It's like someone's holding my leg.
That's enough. I'm leaving.
What is this? All the lights went out. In complete darkness, we can only hear thuds and desperate screams.
Oh my goodness. My God. Everything's falling.
I felt something shoving me off.
Bricks started falling off the walls.
It's the enraged female spirit who attacked me back at the castle. She wants revenge.
But who is this woman, and why is she so mad?
The spirit of this woman is now telling me about her death. She's headless. This woman was beheaded.
Ludwika Kotkevich had a daughter, Rosalia, who was executed by the Jacobins in France in 1793.
This is apparently Rosalia Lubomirska Kotkevich, a well-known beauty and favorite lady-in-waiting of Queen Marie Antoinette of France, who was executed by guillotine during the French Revolution. Rosalia was also sent to the scaffold after her queen.
On the very same day in 1793, Countess Ludwika Kotkevich was sitting on the first floor of this palace. Suddenly, all the doors on the first floor opened, and she saw her daughter. She was beheaded.
The Countess was so terrified by what she saw that she abandoned the unfinished palace and rarely visited it afterward.
This woman, whose spirit haunts this place, experienced betrayal in love during her lifetime.
Rosalia stayed in Paris. She had a lover there.
Rosalia's husband left her because she remained in France with another man. But the next blow was that even the man she loved betrayed her.
They broke up in Paris. Her lover returned to Poland, while Rosalia stayed in revolutionary France.
She had a child.
She had a daughter, who was 6 when her mother died. After the execution of Rosalia Lubomirska, the girl stayed in prison.
When Rosalia was taken from the prison for the execution, her daughter stayed alone in the cell. Poor Rosalia experienced so much pain and suffering in her life that not every woman can bear. And then such a terrible death. Now being back in this world, she feels the same pain. Everyone around her is happy, with their husbands and children. That's why she wants revenge, to take what was taken from her. We need to close the portal.
We'll place the candles crosswise. No one should speak. This is the foundation, the threshold of the house. Give me water from this house. Salt. When I turned to Rosalia's spirit, for the first time, she didn't attack, but calmly said, "Thank you." She won't take anyone else. Her spirit will rest in peace.
A mystical force took a man to the other side right before his wedding. Where did the deadly evil force come from? Don't miss out. The psychics will reveal a real city of the dead. Tetiana is 29. She lives in a small Ukrainian town and works as a kindergarten teacher. And this is Sasha, Tetiana's high school sweetheart. Life took them in different directions after graduation, and they went to study at opposite ends of the country to pursue higher education.
I was the one who initiated the breakup.
Tetiana and Sasha didn't see each other for years. During this period, they both entered into marriage and bore children. However, 2 years ago, after she divorced her husband, Tetiana came back home with her daughter. There, she ran into Sasha, who was also single by then. The old affection was rekindled.
He said he had no meaning in life before our reunion. He said, "I don't understand why I'm so lucky to have you again."
Sasha had a special way with children. When Tetiana introduced him to Lisa, she took to him immediately.
The little girl even started calling Sasha Dad. Soon after, Tetiana discovered she was pregnant and was overjoyed. The couple decided to formalize their union and marry. But 2 weeks before the wedding, the man suddenly passed away.
On that day, I went to the city to pick up my wedding dress. I received 150 calls from him. He urged me to come home quickly, saying we would go fishing together.
Tetiana took the dress and went back home. After the lunch, the couple and their friends went to the local pond, and something absolutely odd started happening from that moment on.
He warned us all, "Don't even think about jumping after me."
Having warned everyone about the danger, the man then dove into the pond himself.
He gently rubbed Tetiana's belly and then jumped in.
What happened next remains a mystery to date. The friends say it looked like some kind of invisible force pulled him into the heart of the danger.
Then I turned around and saw his back.
It was a shock. Sasha dove into the pond, but didn't re-emerge for a few minutes. When his friends rushed to help and pulled him out, he was already dead.
I couldn't believe it. I hoped he would open his eyes.
The man broke his neck, and death was instantaneous, and his pregnant fiancée witnessed it all firsthand.
Everyone was shocked. Tatiana started screaming.
Tatiana lost the love of her life. Just weeks before the tragedy, the couple learned they were expecting a son. Thus, the boy became half-orphaned before even being born. And after the funeral, strange things started happening to the pregnant woman.
I had a wooden cross on a string around my neck. One morning, as I was washing up, but the string snapped and it fell off.
Tatiana thought it was an ominous sign. Whether it was a coincidence or not, at Sasha's memorial service, she nearly lost her life herself.
After the service, we were driving home from the church when a wheel fell off.
The car veered off the road into the ditch. Tatiana miraculously survived, but soon found herself again on the brink of death.
As we were leaving the store, a car came out of nowhere and almost hit me.
Last year, in September, Tatiana gave birth. The labor was hard, and she lost a lot of blood and barely survived. The doctors made an incredible effort to save her, and less than a month later, she ended up in the intensive care unit again. During the baptism of her son in the church, Tatiana experienced anaphylactic shock.
It happened while the boy was being baptized. I had a severe allergic reaction to a wasp sting.
There were many people there, but only she has a severe allergy, and she was the only one stung by a wasp.
Within minutes, Tatiana's throat swelled up. She started struggling to breathe and passed out.
They rushed me to the hospital and gave me an injection just in time. Otherwise...
Only God knows what would have happened.
Tatiana didn't dwell on why so much misfortune was befalling her until she saw her deceased husband at home.
I got up in the middle of the night for a drink of water, and then I had the feeling that he was standing next to me. When I looked, I saw a shadow.
Tatiana froze in terror, thinking why she was seeing her deceased man. Was she going crazy? Was her deceased fiancé trying to take her to the other side? The young mother is desperate. She feared for her life. Even more, she fears that her little son might become an orphan. The psychics are her only hope of protecting herself from death.
I am terrified, and I really want them to come and help me.
At Tatiana's request, clairvoyant Yaroslava Fedorova agreed to help. When we showed the psychic Tatiana's photo, her vision shocked us.
For 3 nights in a row, I've been having nightmares. A murky, dirty, large stream of water, and in it, a coffin. In that coffin, there's a girl in a wedding dress, and she really looks like the one in this photo. Then, the ground starts cracking under my feet, and I find myself falling into another world. And there, everyone is dead and walks the streets like zombies. It's like a city of the dead.
Another psychic, Larisa Hutsanu, also had shocking visions.
I see a man from behind. He's running through the forest. He's terrified. And a crowd of people is chasing him. They're very strange. I see a woman without a head, and a man with his head split in half, and another man, as black as coal. They all want something from him. This running man.
But how are these terrifying visions connected to the constant threats to Tatiana's life?
Hello, come in, please.
Hello.
Let's go over there.
I have a feeling that I'm walking into a thick and sticky spider web.
And my ears pop.
Oh my! Ammonia! Bring the ammonia! The driver should have it in his first aid kit.
The psychic faints as soon as she enters the yard.
Give me your hand.
Yaroslava, wait. I felt cold hands on my neck, choking me. It was something from the other side. The entity was very aggressive. It was warning me to stay away from this house. I can't even stand. It's pulling me down to the ground. And I sense that someone has already mentioned it too.
Yes, my fiancé also said so. One night, I woke up to his screams. I couldn't wake him up. With great effort, he woke up. I asked him what he was dreaming about. He said something black grabbed him by the neck and was pulling him.
The psychics decide to check the energy inside the house.
A supernatural force resides here, like a spider spinning a web of energy throughout the rooms and hiding in wait. You have a child. He's just a baby.
Yes.
Little Oleksiy is sleeping now. While his mom talks to the psychics, his grandparents are watching over the boy.
Let's go see the yard. Sasha, I sense a sudden, violent death.
He loved and knew these places. He always said, "You have to be careful with water."
I feel like he had a previous experience with water.
Yes, it's true.
Did he fall into it? I sense he had an injury.
He had a back injury. His friend accidentally knocked him into the water. They barely saved him. After that, he spent 2 weeks in bed.
Well, he had sound reasons to warn you about the water. Then why, after all he'd been through, did Sasha so recklessly dive into the water again? Was some mystical force pushing him to his death?
We need to see the place where it happened.
Then I'll go with you. Mom will look after Oleksiy. May 24th was the last time I was here with my husband. I haven't been back since that incident.
Let me work here.
I see some kind of energy vortexes on the surface. There have been other deaths here.
Yaroslava, do you see the spirit? He's showing me that he fell asleep and slid into the water. He drowned.
That happened here, yes. He was sitting here and fell into the water while asleep.
No, but I see 3 other men.
People said it had happened here before.
About 5 years ago, a local man drowned there. He was 25 years old, and a boy also drowned. He dove and drowned.
Yes, many men die young here.
And I also see a girl from long ago. Such long, fair hair, very much like yours, bright blue eyes. She's dead, and she's here. But it seems more like a suicide.
I see water up to my knees and a coffin. A girl lies in the coffin, and they're carrying her.
That was the same vision I had this morning. A girl in a coffin, floating in a murky, swirling stream. So standing there, I expected the ground to crack beneath my feet. Just like in my dream. She didn't drown here. It seems she was driven out of her home. She couldn't go back. She had nowhere to go.
A girl named Vera lived here. She was a real beauty and had long, fair hair down to her waist. She had a mother, but they didn't get along, and so she went and drowned herself.
The girl was missing for several days. During that time, heavy rain poured down, with a month's worth of precipitation falling in a single week. The village was knee-deep in water.
I remember her funeral. There was water everywhere.
But what does the girl who committed suicide have to do with the deaths of Sasha and the other young men?
She's like a guarding spirit of this place, and she takes them. By the way, pay attention that they were all single. Young men drown every few years because the girl's spirit collects fiancés, and they drown around the same time she died. 3 of the other boys drowned in June, but Sasha drowned in May. Something doesn't add up here. The thing is that your fiancé has nothing to do with this all. He was drawn in. He's tied to death. I think we need to go back to your home and figure out what's going on there.
I hate this pond. It deprived me of everything I care about.
Unexpectedly, the psychics ask the driver to stop the van. They get out a few hundred meters from Tetiana's house.
I feel drawn over here. It's a completely dead crossroads. There are dead people here. There and there are the dead. We're walking on a road where the dead walk. There's the same fog as in your yard. Over here, on this side, I see 2 dead people. A man and a woman. Their bones are broken.
A man and a woman died in a car crash on this spot.
They stand in this black fog, and for some reason, they are drawn to your house.
They seem to be from long ago, about 20 years dead. So, Sasha can't be connected to their death. He was very young then. But the spirits are somehow drawn to the yard where he lived.
There's a black mass coming from over there, and there's a cross hanging here.
Who's standing there?
A burnt man.
A man burned here long ago, in the house.
I see a headless woman.
There was a woman who worked as an agronomist. A driver didn't see her and backed up. The truck ran over her head and crushed it.
All the spirits we saw on the road were highly unusual.
It's as if, after death, their souls didn't go to heaven or even stay on Earth, but somehow fell into the ground.
And it feels like they spent a long time underground before they re-emerged on Earth again. There's some kind of portal here, and all these people who died unnatural deaths are in this black fog.
What portal is the psychic talking about? How did it appear in this village?
At first, I saw an ordinary road, an ordinary village. And then, the ground beneath. My feet started cracking. And I saw an ancient city. A dead city.
It turned out that archaeologists unearthed the largest Scythian city, Galonis, not far from this village. The city stretched across several nearby villages.
The city of Galonis is unique. It's 34 kilometers wide. Even Babylon pales in comparison to Galonis.
This is amazing. Right beneath the psychic's feet lies the largest ancient city in Europe.
In the 3rd century BC, the city began to decline until it eventually turned into an ordinary town, covered by a layer of earth.
Modern Ukrainians built their homes on top of the ancient Galonis. But why do the spirits of people who die now end up in the underground city?
Maybe they died on a full moon, when portals between worlds open. But I don't understand why the spirits came to the surface. We'd better go somewhere else.
I couldn't get it why all those spirits were going to the yard where Sasha lived. Were they threatening Tetiana's son and her?
We need to talk to Sasha, and they all came here, you know. Can you work in such conditions?
I can't.
And then it hit me. Today is a full moon, and the portals between the worlds are open again. And for the spirits, this is a real chance to be freed. We could help. We needed to perform a ritual. This is the corridor that all those souls took. I poured water on the road to guide them to where they should go. And a dead man appeared immediately. It's your son's grandfather, Sasha's father.
Sasha was only 13 when his father died. The man had a stomach ulcer and bled to death.
There's a deep sadness for his son. As a relative, he should have protected his son in some way, but he couldn't. The dead souls started following your husband after his father's death. He was in deep grief, struggling with the fact that he lost his father.
The psychics decide to try again to contact Sasha's spirit.
He's here, and he's crying, and...
He says, I am so grateful to you for being in my life. But I should have also thanked the one who gave us this gift. I turned away from God.
It's my sin.
When his father died, he, struck by severe grief, lost faith in God. And as a result, there was no guardian angel to watch over him.
I finally understood what choked me when I entered the house. It was the devil's messenger who was near the man. As soon as Sasha renounced God, the devil attached his messenger to him.
That's why his father's spirit couldn't protect him.
And this sin spread not only to you and him, but also to your child. Your son became a link between the energy of his dead father and living mother. The same force that threatened and eventually took her husband is threatening Tetiana.
You need to order prayer services for Sasha in 7 monasteries. And secondly, if your son becomes even too religious, you should support him instead of preventing it.
He wants to tell you something. Tetiana, you changed my life. You made me happy. Our son is part of me. I love you so much. Forgive me. And he's hugging you for the last time.
An unknown mystical force is trying to strangle a little girl. Where did the killer poltergeist come from? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover a horrifying family secret. This little girl's name is Nastya. She is 5 years old. Her mother is worried about her life because the girl suffers from unexplained choking attacks.
She starts coughing to the point where she turns bluish. She just can't breathe in or out.
Doctors can't explain the cause of Nastya's choking. X-rays, ultrasounds, and other tests have not revealed any pathologies.
I can't say that it's asthma, an allergy, or a cardiovascular problem.
Little Nastya is being treated for one thing or another all the time. Meanwhile, the attacks are becoming more frequent. Moreover, Olena has recently started having nightmares. She sees her Nastya die.
In my dream, my daughter fell. She jumped from a 9-story building, and I stood there watching her fall and crash next to me.
Olena would not have attached such importance to this dream if at the age of 20 the woman had not seen the death of her mother in a dream, and soon after, her mother died.
My mom reassured me, saying that if someone dies in a dream, it means they will live a long life. I never could have imagined that my mom would die so early.
Olena's mother was only 44. She died of breast cancer.
Cancer could have been causing symptoms while spreading. But there were no symptoms at all. It happened just like that.
Doctors couldn't save Olena's mother, and now they are at a loss over her daughter. In desperation, the woman wrote us a letter, pleading for help. Clairvoyant Olena Kurilova and British medium Anna Galliers take on the case.
Imagine, some entity attacked me last night. It started choking me. Here, look, see the marks on my neck?
My goodness.
They were gone by the morning. I took this photo right after the entity left.
Could the entity that choked you be the same that's tormenting Nastya? When I worked with the photo, I saw the girl lying in her bed, and next to her stood a gray, semi-transparent figure. It wasn't alive. It was a spirit, and it grabbed her with its icy hands and choked her.
When I tried to understand what was happening to the girl, I had a strange vision. I saw a woman with long, dark hair. She was sitting in a chair completely naked, and her eyes were glassy, like those of a doll. The woman was dead. Behind her stood a man. He brushed her hair and then put a dress on her and carried her to bed.
Could it be a maniac?
I don't know yet. But the death of that woman is somehow connected to what is happening to the girl.
While I was on the train, I had a dream about a gypsy woman. She told me a strange phrase. When you see a house into which a train enters, remember that he who paints saints holds the secret.
Let's go. The girl is waiting for us.
Hello.
I'm Olena, and this is Nastya.
Can we come in? Your mom worries about you.
Yes, and I worry about Mom.
Olena is raising her daughter alone. The girl's father left the family and shows no interest in his daughter's fate. Olena says she worked as an advertising agent, but due to Nastya's illness, she had to quit her job.
I'm all alone. I have no one to turn to and no one to help me.
Apart from her daughter, Olena has no one left, and she is terribly afraid of losing her.
What's happening to you isn't related to this place. Tell me, did you live somewhere else before? And did the same thing happen to the girl there?
It's always been like this. These spasms started one night 4 years ago.
As the girl got older, the fits became more frequent and lasted longer.
I'd like to consult the cards, but for this I need a table. You're afraid for yourself and for little Nastya. I had a feeling of someone or something nearby, and it was pressing.
I woke up and just couldn't breathe in or out. It was like a lump in my throat.
These are dark forces that can drag you to the other side. Your fear is justified.
Look at the flame, please. I'm having a vision. I see a picture. Someone very strange is looking at me from the picture, but the picture isn't here. Not in this apartment.
A yellow building. I look out the window and see a street paved with cobblestones. And I feel emptiness. There's emptiness under the floor.
It's an arch. It's my other apartment, the one I inherited from my mother.
Olena sold the apartment where she lived with her mother.
I wasn't comfortable there alone.
At that moment, I saw the image of Olena's mother. She was spinning around, casting glances sideways, as if she were trying to find someone. And then a vortex formed around her, and it pulled her into the ground. In this way, she probably wanted to show me that something had taken her to the other side. Let's go to that place. Your mom needs to go with us, okay?
Baby, you go to Aunt Oksana's, will you?
Is this your window?
Yes.
Let's go upstairs.
The psychics couldn't enter the apartment, however. The owners weren't home, and no one opened the door.
Olena, look. Who is that woman walking back and forth?
A woman?
Yes, she has long dark hair. She's so pale, I recognized her. It was the same dead woman from the vision I had the other day. I see a woman. Behind her stands a man. He brushed her hair. Why is the woman pointing her finger at me? My God! It hurts. The spirit stabbed me with something sharp, and I felt his cold breath behind me. I realized that the woman's spirit appeared to warn me about the attack of another spirit. The man standing behind me. I couldn't see him, but I felt that his energy was familiar. It was the same spirit that had choked me at night. It was the same spirit that choked Olena and Nastya, but who was he?
Wait. When I touched Olena's hand, I immediately had a flash. It's a cemetery, graves, and a black candle in hand. She's at the cemetery. Her mom is at the cemetery. What was her name? Larissa?
Larissa.
She performed a ritual. She wanted to improve her love life because it wasn't going well after she divorced your father.
Mom went to a fortune teller who said, "You have been cursed with a wreath of loneliness." She made a candle and said, "Burn it where cemetery paths cross." She said to burn the candle there and leave without looking back.
But she looked back.
Mom said she didn't. She said she heard sounds behind her, but she didn't look back.
She was being tossed around the cemetery.
Yes, she couldn't find her way out. She turned the wrong way and started to wander.
And then I understood what Larissa's spirit was trying to tell me when we were in the first apartment. Do you remember I said that Larissa's spirit was looking around? And then a vortex formed around her. She didn't understand where the entrance or the exit was. When you're spinning, you automatically turn around. She was spun around, like in a black vortex, a cemetery black portal. All these evil spirits and entities came and attached to her. She brought the spirit from the cemetery home with her. Communicating with otherworldly forces is always a risk, even for experienced psychics. But the spirit that Mom brought from the cemetery had already taken its sacrifice. Something else is coming now.
Olena, look, there are tracks here. Trains used to run here.
They used to bring stones here to avoid carrying them.
Do you remember your vision about the train entering the house?
When you see a house into which a train enters, remember that he who paints saints holds the secret.
Who is the man who paints saints? And what secret does he hold?
It might be my father. He was an artist.
As it turned out, Olena's father decorated churches.
For some reason, the father is being hidden. I can't see him.
He died. That's all I know.
Olena's parents divorced when she was 8 years old. The man was fanatically jealous of his wife, beat her, and abused alcohol. In the end, he drank himself to death.
The father took some secret to the grave with him, and his spirit wouldn't make contact. Let's stand here, please. I will recite. Images should come. Hold her.
Olena faints. The psychics are scared.
Careful, my darling.
I feel lightheaded. It got suddenly dark. It felt like the ground just slipped from under my feet and...
This is where you're being drawn to. I need to consult the cards. The card of the future. The road is open. All right, these are the gate, the Holy Gate, the place of death under the falling tower. I don't understand these places, but if we find this place, there's the solution, the key there.
I have no clue where it might be.
Let's go to the city center. There, I'll try to ask my pendulum for directions.
The city center is very close by, so a few minutes, the clairvoyants are there.
Can someone give me the map of the city? And can you tell me if there are 2 churches nearby?
There are 2 cathedrals nearby, Dormition and Dominican.
The Dormition and Dominican cathedrals, and in between them is the gate, the Holy Gate.
Let's go there.
The psychics go to the cathedrals. It's growing dark quickly.
Here is the Holy Gate, the place of death under the falling tower. This is somehow connected to your family.
Mom used to work here.
For many years, Olena's mother worked in this building as a newspaper editor. It's a city architectural landmark. It used to be a defensive fortress in the past. Now, the tower is open to tourists.
It's so cold in here, like in a crypt.
What is going on here?
Hello.
It's related to my mom. My mom worked here at the Architectural Bulletin.
Who?
Larisa Mikhaeva. She died, and after that, both my daughter and me have been experiencing strange things. So I reached out to the psychics, and they brought us here.
What you're doing is forbidden by religion.
We came here only to help this woman.
Even if your intentions are good, you can't come in here. Leave the premises.
Something is definitely going on in this tower, and these people are keeping a terrible secret. There's always noise, rumbling, and sounds of falling here.
The following day, our journalists found confirmation of the clairvoyant's words.
There are testimonies, including from the guard who watches over the tower. He often hears someone walk upstairs.
We found that guard. He asked not to show his face, but confirmed that mystical phenomena regularly occur in the tower at night.
There's an unrested spirit of a child here. I think it's a girl. I hear her crying.
You can't see it. It only knocks and cries like a little child.
A child was killed and buried in this building.
The girl was killed about 50 or 60 years ago. And it seems they were renovating something here and walled her up.
The building was renovated in the 50s, but there's no mention of a child's remains in the archives. However, this brave man, despite the prohibition from the management, shared information with us.
During the reconstruction, I can say that a dead child was found.
There was no funeral ritual. The body was simply thrown into a pit.
No wonder the spirit is furious. However, the girl's spirit was supposed to take revenge on her killer, not the people who found the body. I think her spirit is destroying everything here because she wants to be freed.
We've got to do it. But we had to perform the ritual at 2 in the morning.
The clairvoyants returned to the tower at 2 in the morning to perform the sacred ritual.
But at that moment, we still didn't understand what was bothering the mother and daughter.
Olena, there's blood on your wrist. Who cut your wrist?
I don't want to speak about it.
You did it yourself.
Later, Olena admitted that she did cut her veins as a child.
I can say that my dad could hit me and yell at me, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I was 14 years old then.
What was his name?
Serhiy.
He tormented and mentally oppressed you.
He hated me for some reason. Maybe it was because I refused to accept his girlfriend. I mean his lover.
After divorcing Olena's mother, her father found a much younger concubine. She caused the rift between him and his daughter.
I see the man holding a knife. He murdered someone and was punished for that.
He did his time for a murder.
His victim was a woman, his lover.
This is just a nightmare. The man left his wife, tormented his only daughter, and then killed his lover.
What I saw in my vision the other day, the dead woman with long hair, she's the woman Olena's father killed.
They argued over something, and he stabbed her in the stomach 5 or 7 times. Afterward, he washed and dressed her. And when Grandpa came to wake him, he found her cold and stiff.
I saw a man behind the woman brushing her hair.
Tell me, please. Was she related to gypsies?
Yes, she was.
It turns out that Anna and I saw the same woman in our visions. The gypsy woman who appeared in my dream was the lover of Olena's father. Do you know who's choking you?
No.
Your father?
Why is he doing that? Is it because I didn't bury him?
Did you refuse to bury him?
Yes, I did. I even have no idea where he's buried. Absolutely nothing.
He's unforgiven. He didn't receive your forgiveness.
When he got out of prison, he called me. He just asked for a meeting so we could talk.
However, Olena never forgave her father for what he did to her as a child, and her mother's unhappiness in life, and then her death. She didn't go to the meeting.
I hold a grudge because I didn't have the family I dreamed about.
Soon after, the man died.
I was on my way to work and I got a call from the police. They asked, "Do you know Serhiy?" I said, "Yes." And they said, "We found him, and he's dead."
This is the cause of your fits. Your father's spirit desperately needs your forgiveness because he's suffering greatly in the afterlife.
It turned out that it was after her grandfather's death that little Nastia's choking attacks began.
So what do I do now?
Forgive, let go, and forget your grudge. We'll send him off and lay him to rest. Close your eyes. Look at the candle flame. Remember the grievances that were there. Now I'll tie them up. Step over it with your right foot and walk to the van without looking back. What did you forgive him for?
For all the grievances he caused, for hitting me, for everything, absolutely everything.